My name is Anthony Harb. I'm a founding father of the University of Tennessee Alpha Zeta chapter of BYX.
Hi, my name is Cottrell. I'm part of the Child Pledge class of the Alpha Zeta chapter of Beta Upsilon Chi.
I first heard about Bucks from Harrison Collins. Very first class ever on campus was sociology. It was 8 in the morning and Harrison came in. He sat down and he mentioned Bucks to me. And I'd never met this guy before in my life. At the time, I'd call myself a Christian, but it was more just religion, not really relationship. So he mentioned Bucks to me and I was like, that sounds pretty crazy and not very fun. But for whatever reason, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. So we had no chapter on the campus. So really it's through Harrison and that conversation is when I first heard about Bucks.
First heard about Bucks my fall semester of my freshman year. Coming out of the COVID year, my senior year got cut short, so I definitely wanted to find something like I could build myself in. So I got in contact by Ben Hunter, our recently graduated alumni, and he reached out to me and he was like, hey man, come check us out. The sense of community here at UT was definitely the biggest thing that sold me on being a member of Bucks.
In that fall semester when we were kind of getting it up and running and seeing what we had to do to start the chapter, I was somewhat living two lives. You know, one life was partying and chasing women, and the other life was helping these guys start a fraternity, a Christian fraternity. And so coming into the spring, I sat down with the current president, Blake Hankins, and I just told him everything. I was like, hey man, I don't think this is for me. I kind of been living these two lives and it's not really working out. And I was expecting him to say, you know what, you're right, this probably isn't for you. But it was the first time I saw the true forgiveness that God has for me. And so yes to Bucks was much, much bigger than yes to just a fraternity. It was kind of a yes to the Lord and a yes to starting that relationship.
I think the biggest impact that Bucks had in my life is definitely growing me in my own faith. I think here in Bucks is the greatest place to do it. All these guys around you want the best for you, and they hold you accountable in your faith, but also in your personal life. That's the biggest thing I've taken out of Bucks.
So what I learned during the founding process of Bucks was somewhat twofold. Practically, I guess I learned how to start something, but more deeper, I learned how to become a Christian, and I learned what it meant to be a follower of Jesus. Meeting
Anthony today was honestly the greatest pleasure I could have. That sense of lifelong brotherhood, I think, is the biggest thing that is set in stone with me, and that's definitely something that's still here today. I mean, we preach and we talk about all the time that those connections that you do build here in Bucks are something that's gonna go beyond just your 4 years here in college. I talk to Bucks brothers every day. We have a group message every single day we talk, and it's so encouraging to see that brotherhood doesn't stop at the end of college, but it really carries on for years. I think my legacy I want to leave here on Bucks is just I think that hard work and trust in the Lord is something that I definitely want to leave here on Bucks. I think that we can definitely grow more in this fraternity, and it's constantly changing and adapting to the world around us. But I think something that we can definitely continue to do is that hard work and determination to seek out others who might be lost in their faith, but also shed that light onto campus that we continually try to do every single day. Bucks is a thing that can change generations to come. And when I look back at my time in Bucks, one of the things I was excited about was for when my son comes through. I'm a lot of years away from that, but I'm excited to see the generations that have been impacted since we left. And meeting Jake is just one of those examples of how this thing has continued to roll and how God is continuing to move in people's lives through Bucks.